Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Municipality of Monroeville Zoning Hearing Board meeting for December 1st, 2021 at 7:30 p.m. Would you all rise, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Sharon, roll call, please.
Mr. Rosapel?
Here.
Mr. Griziak?
Here.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Here.
Mr. Gatos?
Here.
Ms. Wilkins?
Here.
Mr. Dice?
Here.
Mr. Weldon?
Here.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion for approval of last month's meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're getting feedback on something? Sounds like. Paul, new business, please.
First item tonight is 21-29-A, Tyler Kimmel. Applicant requests a variance from section 210 fences of the Monroeville zoning ordinance number 1443 as amended to construct a 6-foot-tall solid fence in the front yard of the property that faces Northern Pike. The property address is 22 Valerie Circle, tax parcel ID 110E137, and is a lot with 2 front yards in the R2 one-family residential zoning district.
Thank you. Is the applicant present? Would you come forward, please, and sign in? Would you state your name for the secretary, please?
Tyler Kimmel.
Would you raise your right hand, please? You swear the testimony you're about to give this board this evening shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Present your case, please.
All right. So I have my PowerPoint here.
Give him a second, watch the monitor. When it comes up on a monitor,
Okay.
everybody will be, there you go.
Good. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, we're at 22 Valerie Circle. I got a quick PowerPoint for you all here for our fence variance request. So the fence you can see here in the back of our property provides privacy, safety, and security. And you can see with this picture, a car coming down Northern Pike, and all, that's all backed up with that traffic there. So it does a really nice job of providing that privacy. Okay, and then, so these pictures are all from standing at the, at the end of the yard, right where all this traffic would be. And you guys know that Northern Pike's a busy road. A lot of traffic, especially during commute times, gets backed up at the light there at the top of the hill. So these are what cars can see. Would be looking right into our house. I mean, you can see my TV in the basement. You can see us taking garbage out. You can really see there when it gets a little bit darker into our porch, all the way into our kitchen. So the fence really, kind of cuts that all out, gives us that privacy in the back of our house, and it cuts down on some of the noise from the traffic there out back too. And then it also provides safety and security. Provides security for the backyard there for the shed as well. We don't have any kids yet. We're hoping that comes along soon. We've talked about getting a dog. We just have 2 cats right now. And the neighborhood kids, we do have a lot of kids on our street. So it provides safety for them from that busy road and from that traffic, which that traffic frequently has fire trucks from the department right up the road, and ambulances right, going to the couple hospitals up the road too, and they're moving pretty quickly. So, and you can see these three pictures, they're kind of from three different levels. To the left is I'm standing in, in the driveway there. The middle one, I am in our second story in the dining room, and you can kind of see the top of a truck there. And then the third is our third floor, where you can see all the traffic going down the hill. So it's the safeties was our biggest thing, especially for our future kids. We want to give them a safe environment, and this really does that. And like I said, our neighborhood kids, they play together all the time. So I'm sure whenever we add a couple into the mix, they'll be all back here playing. I think we probably have the biggest yard, I would say, on the street. So it'll be a nice spot for all of them to play, and it creates a safe environment that the whole neighborhood can kind of ease their minds with them playing back there. And then here you can see the sight lines. It doesn't impact those. The left is the stop sign at the end of our road. You can see the whole way down the road there, down Northern Pike, and then the right is coming back up the road. You can't really see the stop sign, but you can see the speed limit sign, and stop sign's right there. So it gives a clear picture of being able to see people pulling out, coming both ways. So I'm gonna keep losing my cursor here. Yeah, and so just kind of conclusion. The fence provides privacy for our home, safety for our yard. It'll be an asset for our whole neighborhood community of Valerie Circle. Have neighbor support. I have some signatures here that I can give to whoever, and it doesn't negatively impact the sightlines coming in and out of the circle.
Can you place this on the desk to your right? There's a little X, and just orient everybody to where your house is and your front and backyard.
They'll zoom in on here in a sec.
Just kind of straighten that up and he'll zoom in on it. Okay.
Okay. Yep. So that's the house there.
Your head's
Your head.
blocking the.
Oh. Okay.
You can just reach in there and
Just
do
reach
it.
in.
There you go.
Yeah, so here's our house, driveway, here's our shed, and the fence starts about right at the corner of the shed to about, right here, and comes across.
And just for the viewers at home, which road is Northern Pike and which one is Valerie Circle?
Yep, this is Northern Pike back here, and then Valerie Circle would be out front.
Okay? Is that what you have? Is that your evidence, basically?
Yeah, and I also have some signatures from my neighbors too.
Okay, I think what we have to do is get it straightened out that you're showing pictures of a fence that's existing,
Yes,
and
yes.
that wasn't your fence, our understanding. Somebody else built it, then sold the house, or it was halfway done or something?
That was a different applicant I was discussing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah, so this is an existing fence that we had just put up. And because it is technically 2 front yards, that's the issue. It's a 6-foot fence. Sorry, I should have said that at the beginning. So it's a 6-foot fence. It just, since it's 2 front yards, it I guess should have been 4 foot.
Is it from the pictures, a solid fence all the way around?
Yeah.
Do we have anything from any neighbors? Any complaints or anything?
I had one phone call. That was it. It was in opposition to it.
Okay. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to come forward for testimony? Would you come up, please? And sign in if you would. State your name for the secretary.
Sure. Robert Skena, S-K-E-N-A. My wife and I currently live, if you can show this picture again.
Give him a second.
My wife and I are renting this home at 4615 Northern Pike, and Tyler's home is next to us. And as Tyler said, the fence runs down here, parallel to Northern Pike, and then turns in a little bit, but doesn't run across the entire property line there. So let me sign in here as you've asked.
Good, good, good.
So, on the
Would you
day
raise
the
your right
fence-
hand for me, please?
I'm sorry?
Would you raise your right hand
Oh,
for me,
I'm
please?
sorry. Certainly.
You swear that the testimony you're about to give this board this evening shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
So the day the fence was constructed, we were aware it was going to be built.
Moved over just a little for the microphone. to pick
Okay,
up.
there you go.
Thank you.
So the day the fence was built, we were aware it was going to be built, and I came home, and it looked very attractive, and I went over and spoke with Tyler, and he explained that, to his surprise, their lot technically has 2 front yards, whereas anybody else would say that that fence was built around the backyard, because their driveway's on the other side, their front door's on the other side, and so on. So it was, I think, to Tyler's surprise and everybody else's surprise, that piece of their property is classified as a front yard. My wife and I felt that the fence is very attractive. I mean, it's a nice addition. For our interests, it blocks out the headlights from traffic coming up Northern Pike, and it's nice. I can't see it as objectionable to anybody, so we really think it's a very nice addition to the neighborhood.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any
You're welcome.
questions?
Thank you.
Did you?
Nope.
All right, thank you for coming
You're welcome.
forward.
Thank you.
Anybody else, sir, do you want to come up? Come on up. Sign in, please. State your name for the secretary.
The list of names for his neighbors, signatures.
My name's Jacob Horwath.
Would you
I
raise your
live.
right hand, please?
Yep.
You swear that the evidence you're about to give this board this evening shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, I didn't hear your last name.
Horwath, Horwat.
Thank you.
Yep. I live directly across the street from Tyler. I face the front of his house. So I live kind of here. I'm not in the picture. Tyler's new to the circle. We have a very close-knit circle. He's been a great neighbor, and everybody, I mean, he's got a handful of signatures here. Everybody's been very supportive. I haven't heard any complaints about the fence. I know you do have one. The only thing I would add to everything that's already been said is the pictures he was showing. I mean, traffic does sit there, especially this time of year when it's getting dark so early. Traffic sits there for a long time, and I wouldn't want anyone being able to see into my house. And I think that's the big difference that a 6-foot fence is going to bring over a 4-foot fence. I mean, that's a steep hill, and even on the right side of the fence, I guess it's not up right now, I'm sorry. Higher up the hill, I mean, those people are still going to be able to see into his house. He can still see that traffic. He did mention briefly, there's a lot of ambulance traffic for the hospital. I mean, there's bigger trucks like that. I mean, 4-foot fence isn't going to do anything for that. It is very noisy. I am one of the people, I have a 4-year-old daughter. She's a big fan of Tyler, big fan of his wife, and I'm hoping that they can bring some friends for her, but she's over there already. She's playing with them, and like he said, he has one of the bigger yards in the circle. I unfortunately don't, so my daughter likes to go over there, and Tyler is gracious enough to let us enjoy his yard, so I think it looks great. I know I can speak for most of the circle, or if not all of the circle. I think everyone else thinks it's looked great, and if you can see, sorry, keep switching. From the last thing I'd like to add is, from the other side of the street, there are no houses over there. Nobody looks at the back of his yard. It's either the sides or from my angle, so nobody is looking right at this fence. Nobody at all, just traffic, right? It's just woods over there. There's a housing development, but they're up the hill more and in. So I don't think Like, no one has to stare at this fence all day. But that's it.
Thank you.
Yep,
Board have any questions?
thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Can I ask you something? Okay. We heard all the evidence. I'll entertain a motion. Oh, well, first, excuse me. Can we have those names entered? His list of names? She'll need, get a copy.
Thank you,
Yeah, give her the original.
thank you.
Thank you. Now I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Quite welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
I will entertain one more motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that motion.
Motion to adjourn, moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.